Hey guys, welcome back to Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Sydney, and today we're checking out the new NordicTrack Elite. We're happy to see another high inclining treadmill that's available in addition to the NordicTrack X22i and X32i incline trainers. Like those, the Elite inclines up to 40%, it declines to a negative 5% grade, and it comes with this 22-inch option or with a larger 32-inch option touchscreen that's enabled with iFit. The screen is super adjustable. You can tilt it up and down and also pivot it side to side so you can take those iFit classes on and off the treadmill. Plus, this new design is new for NordicTrack and also new for us. So let's dive in and check it out. Now, diving in to the full construction of the NordicTrack Elite, the footprint is 81 inches long, 39 inches wide, and 76 to 80 inches high, depending on if you choose to get the 22-inch touchscreen or the larger 32-inch touchscreen. It does just have a 300-pound weight capacity, which is kind of standard that we see on NordicTrack treadmills. 400 is usually the largest that we see on a lot of, especially motorized treadmills like this. And this treadmill doesn't fold up, so it is non-folding, and it also is very heavy. It weighs 505 pounds with this 22-inch touchscreen, and the 32-inch touchscreen option weighs 520 pounds, so yeah, it's very heavy. It does have two transportation wheels, so you can lift up the back deck and move it around if needed, but considering how heavy it is, we really recommend it for users who have a designated space for the Elite to just stay. The frame underneath is all steel, and it really supports the treadmill and also helps contribute to how heavy it is. And with this design of the frame, it's pretty typical that we see the frame kind of underneath and made of steel on treadmills. One thing that is unique with this design is that other treadmills that we've tested have steel uprights that connect on either side. So they connect from the frame up and they support the console and the touchscreen. This treadmill instead has like a singular, I'm calling it a column just because that's what it looks like. It's a really this thick piece here. It is multifunctional, but it is a completely new design to NordicTrack and also to us. We haven't tested a treadmill with this design until this Elite. It's really kind of encased in this plastic, and then it connects into the frame base, and then also comes up and connects the console and the handles. And then also it's where the incline mechanism is too. So it's really a multifunctional design that way. The handles are very similar to the NordicTrack X32i and X22i incline trainers. So you have a lot of different grip options, especially when you have it inclined and declined. I know when I have it inclined up this, I tend to hold the higher handles up here. So these handles have the steel underneath, and then they just have a plastic piece over top, and I really like this one continuous horizontal bar right here. I do wish that it had a little bit more of a texture like the new NordicTrack 1750 and 2450, or even the Peloton tread, just for a little nice extra coating. I do notice that when I am really sweaty, my hands don't slip on this surface, even though it is pretty smooth, but just something maybe in a future model I would like to see that texture, just because I really like it in those other NordicTrack new designs for 2022. Moving on to the motor. So the motor is a 3.6 continuous horsepower motor that can handle that heavier use, and walking all the way up to sprinting, plus especially hiking is really great with this incline. I compared it to the NordicTrack X22i, and timing it to get up to speed from say 1 miles per hour up to 12 miles per hour, it responds and adjusts just as quickly as the X22i, which we were really happy to see. This one is a little bit louder, yet the incline mechanism is actually pretty quiet, and then the decline mechanism, decline motor, is just under the back of the deck, and it just lifts up the back of the deck, so you're up to that -5% decline. And we notice that those are really smooth and consistent, and they're also pretty quiet. Also, so with this deck, when it's at that 0% grade, it has a low profile. So that is from the ground up to the top of the side rail, measured at about 9.5 inches, which is pretty slim considering that it does incline up to that 40%. So it makes it really easy to get on and off. It's just a little bit easier to step up on than incline trainers from NordicTrack. Also, with the deck, I really like this new design where the belt is tucked up under the side rails. It just makes sense. It's a smoother, cleaner look. That way you don't have that extra dirt and debris. And sometimes also we've noticed when you can see the end of that belt on like older designs from NordicTrack that we're noticing, kind of hear a little bit more slapping of that belt. You don't get that with this one, which is really nice. And I feel like this design is just a really nice, clean look that really complements the overall sleek design that the Elite has. Also, the deck has that soft cushioning that we really like from NordicTrack. NordicTrack has some of the softest cushioning that we've tested on treadmills. We notice it is a little bit firmer than the incline trainers from NordicTrack. Sometimes with the incline trainers, when you're using them at higher speeds, like say over 9 miles per hour, they can get a little bouncy when you're running on them. This, we don't notice that on the Elite. It just has a little bit firmer feel underfoot, so that way it avoids that extra bit of bounciness, but it definitely provides that nice forgiving cushioning that's nice on your joints. Another thing that we did notice with the deck is that when you're walking and running on it, just in the front here, you can kind of see the deck shift from side to side. Just as each foot lands, it kind of shifts down just a little bit. Doesn't affect the support, it's just something that we noticed, and it may be from this new design because the lack of the 2 uprights on either side where the deck's connected to, we're not exactly sure. That's just something to be aware of. When we noticed it when we first jumped on the treadmill, so just something in case you notice it at home. And overall, this is a new sleek look. This treadmill has a lot of capabilities, as you can see with it fully inclined here. And NordicTrack covers it with their pretty standard warranty that we usually see from them. You have a 10-year warranty for the frame, a 2-year warranty for parts, and a 1-year warranty for labor. We do recommend 2 people for assembling this bad boy because he's heavy and giant, so at least 2 people should hopefully help keep that process a little bit smoother. Now let's check out the console on the Elite treadmill. So this is the 22-inch screen. You also can purchase a 32-inch touchscreen at an additional price. So we noticed right away the screen is positioned really high up on the console, so really when you are walking and running, it's at your eye level, so it's really nice. I'm noticing on other treadmills, I kind of have to look down. This is kind of the tallest, I guess, that we've seen a screen positioned on a treadmill, so it definitely helps keep your neck aligned with your spine. Also, if you're a little taller than me, I'm only about 5'1" with shoes on, the screen can adjust up so you can get it closer to that eye level. When I have it positioned right here and I'm standing just at a 0% grade, it's nice and everything is just right at my eye level so I don't have to look down. But it tilts up, it tilts down. Also with this new design, it pivots from side to side. And you also have that option with the 32-inch touchscreen, so you can turn the screen to the side and be able to do workouts off the treadmill by utilizing the screen as well. I really like this about this treadmill. It's one of my favorite things about it. We do notice, and it's something I feel like you can kind of anticipate with screens of this size on treadmills, is that there is a little bit of screen wobble, especially when you're running. Doesn't bother me so much because I do like and appreciate the fact that the screen can move side to side. Just something to be aware of is that we definitely noticed it, especially at higher speeds. So with the 22-inch touchscreen option, you have the quick touch buttons. They aren't available with the larger 32-inch touchscreen. So over here is your miles per hour, and then over here is where you can adjust the incline and decline. So you can simply just press like 20 and it will go up to that 20% incline. And with the speed, I can press something like 3, 5, right away, and it'll go to 3.5 miles per hour. So it's really nice on the right side with these buttons. You can get within that 1/10 of miles per hour to be able to adjust the treadmill this way. You also have these buttons down below, so you have your speed and incline. The incline adjusts by that 5%, and as I mentioned, you can adjust the speed by 1.1, 1.2, and then also you have your start and stop buttons and the safety key. And then below here, the speakers are just this sound bar, and they project right at you. I can hear all the iFit content, and I can adjust the volume within iFit and also down here, so you have plenty of functionality that way. There is limited storage on this console, so you really just have the 2 water bottle holders on either side. They're a little shallow, but I noticed that I can set my phone in them or my water bottle and they would hold them just fine. Just know that there really isn't a place to set your phone to be able to view screen content that way, and there's really no other storage besides the cup holders. So diving in, let's check out iFit. iFit comes free for the first month, and we definitely recommend subscribing when on the Elite. You get all sorts of training options. So here's the home screen. As you scroll through, you'll see a lot of classes that are recommended for you or up next if you've started a series. So going through, iFit has over 16,000 classes. They constantly update their library to add more. They have over 180 instructors, so I know I have a few of my favorites, so you definitely will probably find at least one that you kind of vibe with. And their classes are filmed indoors and outdoors, so you'll have like studio classes where they have the trainer on the treadmill, or a mat class, because you can also take those on the Elite as well by turning that screen as I mentioned. And iFit has also a lot of outdoor classes. They're literally filmed on every continent, and the outdoor classes are some of my favorites. They're filmed in everywhere from areas like Switzerland, Iceland, Utah, different areas of California, and really just places all around the world that are just really beautiful, Montana. So these classes are on demand. They're available for you to take whenever you want. You can go in with this navigation bar down here. You can go in, and underneath the calendar, you can schedule classes ahead of time, also see previous classes that you've taken. You can also go in and create your own routes. So it uses Google Maps. You can go in and create your own route and then be able to explore it yourself without a trainer if you want that option. There's also that manual mode. And going into the browse section, I like that iFit is pretty easy to navigate, especially because with this browse section, they'll have kind of suggested classes, and they also have this search bar up here. So you can go in and type in, like I could type in run for a running class. There's also all these filters that I can go through. So if I wanted a specific time, maybe I wanted like a 30-minute run, I can go 20 to 30 minutes, and I can filter through and find specific classes that way. Or you can go by workout type. If you want like a walking or a hiking class, or maybe something with intervals. So you have so many training options, and you also have those mat classes. There's also mindfulness classes like TED Talks. You can do guided meditations. So you really have so many training options within iFit. And we have a full review of iFit at treadmillreviewguru.com. You can check it out there, where I go through everything you need to know about iFit. And really, it's something that I would definitely recommend at least checking out and trying out for that first month, especially on the Elite treadmill. If you're liking this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We create these videos for you guys so you can see and hear how this equipment performs before you take it home. So now I'm going to let you hear how the Elite, and also see how the Elite treadmill performs. So I am at a 0% grade right now. And I'm only at 1 miles per hour. I'm gonna bump that up to 3 miles per hour to start, just to see a nice walking pace. So you can hear the motor, hear my foot noise, hear the deck. All right, now I'm gonna crank it up to 6 miles per hour. And here is 9 miles per hour. All right, so back down to 2 miles per hour. Let's check out that decline. So here it is, fully declined at that negative 5%. And now it's going to incline up to that full 40% grade. So this is at that full 40% grade. And whew, back of my legs are already burning. So as you can see, the incline and decline is pretty quiet. That motor and the foot noise is a little bit louder, but it's not excessive. Now we're going to have our reviewer, Matthew, who is 6'5", 230 pounds, walk and run on the Elite. So here he is at 3 miles per hour. Here he is at 6 miles per hour. And here he is at 9 miles per hour. Thanks for watching our review of the NordicTrack Elite. A few things to keep in mind is that this treadmill is heavy. It is around 505 up to 520 pounds, depending on which screen you get, and it doesn't fold, so we recommend it for users that have a designated space for it. Plus, we noticed with this new design that the deck can be seen kind of shifting side to side when you're walking and running on it. And also, there is a little bit of screen wobble with the screen, especially when you're running at higher speeds. We do really like that you have this 22-inch option, as you see here, or a 32-inch option touchscreen. These screens sit up nice and high, so you don't have to look down, so that way you can keep your neck in line with your spine and keep that correct posture when you're working out. Plus, they're super adjustable. They can tilt up and down and also pivot side to side, so you can do iFit training on and off the treadmill. And iFit comes free for the first month, and it really is a full, complete training program. You can do all your cardio sessions from walking all the way up to sprinting and hiking. And then you can turn the screen and do all kinds of mat classes, from strength training to yoga, to really get a well-rounded training experience. Plus, we really like that the Elite inclines up to 40% to really add that versatility to your training, and it also declines to negative 5%. Plus, this new design has a low profile, so it's easy to get on and off, and it's a really low profile, especially considering how high that deck can incline. And also, it has that soft cushioning that we really love from NordicTrack, so it's really forgiving on your joint. Thanks again for watching. You can head to treadmillreviewguru.com to read our full written review of the NordicTrack Elite, in case I missed any of those little details. And you could check the link below in the description for current pricing. And if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We test and review this equipment for you guys. That way you can see how they perform before you take them home. I'm Sydney with Treadmill Review Guru. I'll see you next time.